Peace. 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 Soul family, Jam family, Blood family. I love y'all. Good morning, grand rising, good day, and all of the welcomings. I just wanted to come on here real quick and talk about this meditation I did and this message that I got from the ancestors. I don't know if you can. Sometimes I'm like way more like visually turned up and just like everything, but like I just popped out of this meditation, so I wanted to share this message with y'all. So let me start off with prefacing about breathing. So something that's very important when it comes to meditation and when it comes to life is breathing in general, right? And in the Ifa tradition, Olodumare and Obatala are the ones who breathe life into each body and each soul, right? So every moment, we got to show gratitude to our ancestors for each breath, right? Because without it, we can't go on. Now, going deeper with each breath, in which meditation, there's a breath called pranayama, okay? And pranayama breath is also known as anking, right? The ancient Egyptian, ancient Kemetic ankh, the cross with the loop on the top, okay? So when we do pranayama breathing, it works like this. We breathe up from the root and then all the way along our back, up the chakras, or whatever energy centers you want to consider. It's most easiest with chakras. Breathing energy up to our neck or to like our back, our center back area, and then breathing out, and then it comes up here, downloads a bunch of cosmic knowledge, hits our third eye. Now this is where it gets a little tricky, but it's still part of that better loop. There's like an invisible like hook here. It goes down. It's from Thoth, okay? So again, it comes down all the way up our back, up our head, cosmic knowledge, into our third eye, out of our third eye, into our heart, back down. Okay? I'll post some videos or something. Pranayama breath, anking, okay? Breath work. Now, through this breath work, you can do a lot of different things. You can focus, you can heal yourself, you can slow down time, you can raise kundalini energy, you can have orgasms, you can just normally live at a higher level, okay? So during my meditation this morning, I like to like try and practice that just to like get deeper into my body and feeling stuff. And then another way to do some pranayama breathing is like this. So when you come up and then through your back, once it hits your crown chakra at the top of your head or your third eye, I like to throw it up like in the air, like 3 feet above my body, right? And so it's like an orb of light and an orb of energy. And then there's like a white widow spider that comes from there and then just like sends all the energy out into like every point of my body, right? That's for me. That's how I visualize it. So that being said, doing that this morning, I was doing the latter of those meditations where I send that ball up above my body and then like back down into my heart center, and it spreads out everywhere. And so after doing that, the first, like I was doing it a few times and then it was like, okay, cool. But then another time I did it and it was like, I got punched in my shit, just like, ugh. I'm waking up now, but I got punched in my shit and it literally, I was like, and I was like, whoa, you know, and I had my eyes closed during this whole time, but, it just hit me. And so I was like, okay, cool. And so like, I had this meditation playlist going. And so I'm just rolling. I'm like, just getting grounded, like giving my best, like timeline, just like thinking about all the positivity stuff that I want to do, what I want to manifest for my day, who do I want to be, how do I want to take my business to another level, how do I want to take myself to another level, how, right? Just thinking forward and putting that energy into the day. And so then I moved into another meditation that wasn't so much about like thinking about my day, but was more about like, what was it? It was about ancestors? No, it was an Akashic Records. That's what it was, Akashic Records. So, okay, real quick, because I know these Akashic Records, it was only a 15-minute meditation, but ooh, was it potent. Okay, so here's why the breathing is important and why I wanted to hop on here in the first place. So, when I was doing that meditation, y'all, I was being guided, right? And being told, like, okay, look, you got to go back past your birth. You got to go back past all that stuff. But also, think about all the good things that have happened in your life. Think about all the things that have caused you fear in your life, right? And what is that fear from? What do those good times make you feel like, right? Think about all the accomplishments you've made, right? And I think I'm going to pause the story here. When we think about our life, there's just so many just like snippets of time that we come back to or stick with us for so long that we either root in fear or love, and carry with us through our adult ages, right? And through our elder and child ages too. But for me, when I'm thinking about, like, when I was in this meditation, it was like, oh, I'm having all these flashes of all the things that I've done, from all the minutia of moments, from climbing out of bed in the morning, or to hiking things, or when I was in JROTC, like climbing over that wooden wall thing, right? Like all these moments that I'm not even like consciously thinking about, they all live in me, okay? So all these conscious moments are living within me, and I'm recognizing them, right? And at the same time thinking about like how there's a duality in that time difference, right? I guess the right word would be energy cycle frequency point. Okay, so right, because 7 years ago the energy was different. Okay, so thus our existence was attached to that in a way. So moving on, we have all these minute moments. So from that, I'm like, okay, beautiful. I'm like seeing all these accomplishments. I do feel good about myself. And then the meditation was like, yeah, your soul has been waiting centuries to do the things that you're waiting to do right now. And instantly it was like, oh yeah, this should be a good dad. And I was crying for the next 20 fucking minutes as I'm in these other meditations. And I'll go through them as well. But like I was crying for the next like 20 minutes because it just hit me so hard and so instantly. Just like, cause me, and I'm sure a lot of y'all out there, 80s babies, 90s babies, from the 70s, a lot of people from my generation, their dads were not present, right? Through the war on drug, through street violence, through just general fuckery, to being overworked, right? A lot of the past 100 to 200 years of black parents, and just parents in general, but specifically black and melanated parents, what have they been doing? They've been caught up in the work system. They've been dealing with racism. They've been in prisoners of war and enslaved, right? Look, because I know they're gonna try and bother me and stop my life. Hold up. So they've been prisoners of war. So what does that mean? That means that there is a lot of parenting that did not happen. And it hit me so hard because it was like, I get to be here for Devani, even though it feels like I'm away a lot of the time, and even though it feels like I gotta work, there is a presence here. There is a love and a knowing and a connection between us that a lot of previous generations did not have. There was a lot of abuse. There was a lot of neglect. There was a lot of fatherhood as a side hustle, right? And from what I've seen from a lot of my graduating class, from what I've seen from a lot of my peers and like people in my millennial, like later Gen X generation, is that they've made it a point to be with their children. They've made it a point to be present parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially in the black community, I think it's so pervasive. Just thinking about my own dad. What was he doing? He was working a lot. He was drinking a lot. And I didn't really feel connected with him. What was his dad doing? He was working a lot. What was my mom's dad doing? He was fucking working a lot, right? What are I have a lot of what was my uncle? Same thing. He was war vet, and he drank and smoked a lot, right? And so there was this gap. Like there was a presence, right? They existed in our lives, but the impact and the day-to-day, like, I'm in it with you, that I have and that I feel, that wasn't present, right? So I'm landing this plane saying that, y'all, we're doing generational trauma and we didn't even fucking know it. We are healing shit that our uncles, that our granddads, that our grandparents, that the enslaved ones who had to watch their women get raped. We are yo, we get to live that and heal that right now. Right the fuck now. Right the fuck now. It's time. So, hey. And then I ended off my meditation with doing like this ancestral meeting, and I was in a garden and sitting on this bench and just being consoled by my ancestors in the ancestral plane. And I don't know if you can see, but out there I have a Pinot Noir grape plant. And they told me to look it up and research it. So I'm going to do that. But, oh, man, y'all. It's like, not everything's super profound, but the profound shit is very profound. Niggas healing generational trauma? What? Loving on each other? Loving on our kids? What? Not beating the fuck out of our kids? What? Not beating the fuck out of our partners? What the fuck? Yo, what kind of spell were we under? What kind of societal influence were we under? But we're breaking free. We have broken free. Fuck that. And these tears are not tears of like pain, but it's like a release. Centuries, y'all. Centuries. So, thus I go back to breathing. And I wouldn't be here without the thousands of ancestors who suffered and thrived for me to love on my son in peace, right? No bombs being dropped on my head. And of course, free Gaza, free Sudan, free Congo. But right now, for me, in this present consciousness, reflections, it's... And that is another important part. Not only am I a son to my own child, but feeling like that village connection, like, man, these kids across seas, these kids across the earth, they're my children, and I get to be present for them. I may not be physically there, but I can hold space for them. And I think that, and not in the way of like, oh, the kids in Africa are dying, like, but like, no, these are my children, and I want them to heal, because it's possible. And I'll heal in the meantime. Ooh. Oh my God. Chim in the mix. Coming through strong in the morning with ancestors. Make sure y'all feed some pigeons today. Maybe get some Pinot Noir wine. Right? I'm not really a wine drinker, but I like the plant. Now maybe I'll eat some good grapes. So thank you for listening. As the title of this live is, The Best Dad Is You. The Best Dad Is Me. Our dads were great before this, but we have overcome. We have empowered our DNA and our livelihoods and each other to be present for these babies. And you see how smart they are. You see how much they're achieving. You see how they're getting so much better. Fuck. Like, this is the dream of our ancestors, and we're living it, and I'm so thankful for every moment. Take some deep breaths today. Again, drink some Pinot Noir. love on yourself, and feed some pigeons. I love you. The ancestors love you. God loves you. And thanks for listening. Love you. Peace.